Hi everybody, this is Lama Caroline here in Ganchen Spain. We're going to continue the commentary of Lama Ganchen Rinpoche's precious NgalSo Tantric Self-Healing teachings. And today we're going to talk obviously about Rinpoche. Today's the 1 year anniversary of Rinpoche's last teaching, before he official public teaching, before he passed into Paranirvana. So we're also going to look at that, yeah? But first, what we're going to do is do the NgalSo preliminary practices, okay? So if anybody would like to join me, you're welcome, okay? Namo Guru Bhye, Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dhammaya, Namo Sanghaya, Namo Guru Bhye, Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dhammaya, Namo Sanghaya, Namo Guru Bhye, Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dhammaya, Namo Sanghaya, Namo Triratnaya, Sangye Chuda Sogi Chonamla, Chanchu Badu Dani Kyasuchi, Dagi Jinsogi Pesonanki, Drola Penchi Sangye Drupasho, Sangye Chuda Sogi Chonamla, Chanchu Badu Dani Kyasuchi, Dagi Jinsogi Pesonanki, Drola Penchi Sangye Drupasho. In the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, we take refuge until enlightenment. Through the practice of generosity and the other perfections, may we all achieve awakening for the benefit of all beings. 7 thoughts to turn the mind towards enlightenment. Semchen tamche dewa dan dewe gyudan dempa gyuchi. Semchen tamche dunya dan dunya gyudan drewa gyuchi. Semchen tamche dunya mepe dewa dami drewa gyuchi. Semchen tamchen yerin chadani dan trewe tamyola nepa gyuchi. Semchen tamchen lusen gidu nele soshin trayun lusen dewa dan dempa gyuchi. Semchen tamchen also tochin shina nochu koyu danshin samane gyuchi. Semchen tamche dansa buli gikedo dadan chinagi shide dan dukun dempa gyuchi. May all beings have happiness and its causes. May all beings be free from suffering and its causes. May all beings never be separated from the great happiness that is beyond all misery. May all beings dwell in equanimity, unaffected by attraction to dear ones and aversion to others. May all beings recover from the sicknesses of mind and body pollution and enjoy relative and absolute health now and forever. May all beings relax in a pure and healthy outer and inner environment now and forever. May all beings enjoy inner and world peace now and forever. Purification of the sight. Tamchedu ni sashida se mala sohopme padan la tiltanya bedurye ranshin jampone gyuchi la dami jupeze no su sham dani kitro kun sanchutrin laname Nanke kangu kyab gyuchi on namo bhagavate benzasawa pramadani tathagataya ahate samya sambuddhaya tayata om benze maha tetse benze mahavidya benze mahabodhi chita benze mahabodhi mandropa samkramana benze Sawakama awarana bishudana benze soha. Koncho sungi dempadan, sangetan janchu sempa, tanche giji giladan, soni yosu zopenadan chempo dan chekin, nampa dachi sangi mikyape, togi deshini dugyuchi. By the truth power of the three jewels and the blessings of all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, as well as by the great strength generated by the two accumulations and the power of the pure and inconceivable Dharmadhatu, may these offerings become real. Malusem chen kungi gungyu chi du de punje mize jomzela nona malu yada kengyu pe chom den ko chene di shesu so go sun go pe go ne chat selo no xiang yi tro che pa malu bu to mene sa di tun tam che sha ke pa ge wa nam la je iran ko wa ma to ba du le shu ne tro la chu ki ko lo ko wa da shen jen na jan chu chen po no. Mandala offering. Sashi Joshi Metotram Rira Linshi Nide Gempadi Sange Shintu Mite Buagi Drokonanda Hashila Chapasho Idam Guru Ratna Mandala Kam Niryatayami. Buddha Shakyamuni pra Lama Gyawa Shakya Tupala Chatselo Chotu Kyapsu Chiwo Jingi Laptu So Lama Ken Chunchen Sawe Lama Ken Kyapne Kuntu Lama Ken Chunchen Sawe Lama Ken Lama Ken, Kyapne Kuntu Lama Ken, Lopsen Tupten Trilia Pel Ken, Lama Ken, Kyapne Kuntu Lama Ken, Lucho Sampo Pel Gyuta Shipa, Tuchen Tempe Trin Leanoda, Pegedrolo Zampe Zepachen, Palden la Meshabla Sowade, Oma Guru Vajradhara, Suhumati Muni, Shahasane Kama, Uttabhadanye, Sri Bhadra Vasamanya, Sawasidi Mama Guru Vajradhara Suhumati Muni Shahasane Kama Uttavadadye Sri Bhadra Vasamanya Sawasidi Mama Guru Vajradhara Suhumati Muni Shahasane Kama Uttavadanye Sri Bhadra Vasamanya Sawasidi Pakya ke kudan dagilu Pakya ke sudahadagina Pakya ke tudan Dagi Danyamachi tu jingilo Makya ke kuda Dagilu Makya ke soda dagina Makya ke tudan Dagi Danyamachi tu jingilo mantra of self-healing and spiritual company. Om Muni Muni Mahamuni Shakya Muni Soha. Om Muni Muni Mahamuni Shakya Muni Soha. Om Muni Muni Mahamuni Shakya Muni Soha. Okay, now we're going to do self-healing shortly, okay? Om Guru Buddha Siddhi Hum. 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 Gangita la rimpa la pada, dugyu ten chomena jitendan, la pasenda wan kujin la pe, nugyu la mahanam la sowade, sowade so chutu nudru so. So, Rinpoche, you taught me the inner science and you gave me and everybody, all the oral instructions regarding the texts of the Sutra and the Tantra. Through your perfection of training and your granting of empowerment, I am blessed. Therefore, I make request to you, O actual Guru, and all the lineage Gurus, please bestow upon me the common and supreme attainments. Okay, now 5-element purification. Yam Ram Lam Bam. Yam Ram Lam Bam. Yam Ram Lam Bam. Shude 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 Shude. Okay. Purification of the 5 great element winds according to the practice of the 5 element mothers. Lama Jungwa Satagme Yunki Ranshin Kyan. Lam 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 Ho Shude Shude Soha. Lam Ho Atis Kyana Atis Kiti Soha. Lam Atis Kyana Atis Kiti. Okay, next, purification of the wind element prana at the navel chakra. Lama Jungma Lungi Tagma Yunkiran Shinkyan. Yam 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 Ho Shude Shude Soha. Yam Ho Atis Kyana Atis Kiti Soha. Yam Atis Kyana Atis Kiti Soha. Next, purification of the water element prana at the heart chakra. Lama Jungwa Chutagme Yunki Ranshin Kyan. Bam 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 bam. Bam ho shude shude soha. Bam ho atis kyana atis kiti soha. Bam atis kyana atis kiti soha. Next, purification of the fire prana at the throat chakra. Lama Jungwa Metagme Yunki Ranshin Kyan. Ram 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 Ho Shude Shude Soha. Ram Ho Atis Kyana Atis Kiti Soha. Ram Atis Kyana Atis Kiti Soha. Purification of the space element prana at the crown chakra. Lama Jungwa Nanka Tagme Yunki Ranshin Kyan. Ho shude shude soha. Ho atis kyana atis kiti soha. Atis kyata atis kiti soha. Okay. Pam lepehema janku. Pam lepehema sepo. Pam lepehema nompo. Pam lepehema ma. Pam lepehema ka. Om ahum tram hri. Ri le natso doje janku ri. Tram le no bo se po tram. Le doje no po. Ah le pe ma po a. Om le kolo ka po om. Kolo nan se doje. Ah pe ma che doje. Doje mi kyo doje. Traham no burinja. Rina so doje. Lama Tuyan doje kyen. Om ahamoga siddhi hum. Lama rinchun doje kyen. Om aratna sambhava hum. Lama mikyo doje kyen. Om ahahakshobhya hum. Lama chodoje kyen. Om amitabha hum. Lama nanse doje kyen. Om verochana hum. Om mani peme 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 hum. Om mahasukha hum. Om mahasukha hum. Om mahasukha. Om mahasukha. Om bihishwa shanti hum. 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 Du michiwa samwato wana. Dei mola lama sangyeku. Sewato nechita pel chom de. Chi mehe rizin yudu topashu. Du michiwa samwato wana. Dei mola gepe ridnaku. Sewato nechita pel chom te. Chi mehe rizin yudu topashu. Dumichi wese wato wana dei mola hamikyo dojiku. Sewato ne chida pelchamte. Chime rizin yudu topasho. Okay, so hi everybody. Good evening. Hope everybody's okay. Everything's okay for everyone. So actually today I was going to talk about the mudras, the gestures of the 5 Dhyani Buddhas, the 5 Supreme Healers. But actually, as most of you I'm sure are aware, today is the 25th of March. So it's the first 1-year anniversary of the last public teaching that our precious Guru, Lama Genshin Rinpoche, gave, okay? So I thought actually what we should do is look at what Rinpoche said, yeah? Okay, look at Rinpoche's holy words, yeah? And then it's good, to remember what he said, his last advice to us, because of course Rinpoche gave like incredible advice for many, many years to each and every one of us, publicly and personally, okay? But let's look at what the last message that Rinpoche gave to each and every one of us, okay? And then also we see how we're doing, okay? I thought that would be the right thing to do also, because so many feelings and emotions coming up for everybody. So I thought this would be the right thing, yeah? So if anybody would like to have a copy of Rinpoche's last words, well, first is actually you can watch Rinpoche on YouTube. I believe it's there, no? Also, we have in Spanish the beautiful transcription. Afterwards, I'll post it in the NgalSo Tantric Self-Healing group, or maybe somebody can do now if you like, yeah? Also, there's a version from some in Portuguese, okay? And the English one is actually being finalized by Sharon in the Peace Publications of Italy, so I'll be ready soon, yeah? Okay, so anyway, so please, dear friends, if you can post the Spanish version in our group, okay? So anyway, so let's look at what Rinpoche said, because this was Rinpoche's like message to us now during the pandemic, and actually gave us very clear advice how to practice, how to do. Yeah. So I thought really we should, look at what Rinpoche said. No. Okay, so what did Rinpoche say? Actually, this was filmed in Rinpoche's Labrang, yeah, in his office, in his Labrang, because already the pandemic was already coming up to, from in Lombardia, from Milano, it was in Piedmont, and so also Rinpoche had to stay in his house, no, in the Labrang. Yeah? So they was filmed from there, yeah. Okay, so anyway, let's see what Rinpoche said, yeah? So Rinpoche said, of course, he said, by the power of the truth, by all human beings' attention, not agitation, yeah? By all holy beings' blessing, may violent sickness be transformed into non-violent sickness. May big sicknesses become small sicknesses. May small sicknesses disappear quickly and peacefully by inner scientist Shakyamuni Buddha blessing. So, okay. So we repeat these things many, many times, no? But we need to think, actually, how am I doing, Am I managing to have attention, mindfulness, and not get super agitated all the time in this sometimes not so easy situation in the pandemic? Yeah, because I think we all thought by now we'd be finished, no, to be honest. But anyway, it's not, no. So actually, Rinpoche, if we listen to what Rinpoche actually said, he showed exactly where we need to put our mind. Like, so we can also check, like the Kadampa Geshes, how am I doing, yeah? So Rinpoche said, please, let's be mindful and not get disturbed all the time, yeah? Okay. And then he said, by the power of the truth, may violent news be transformed into non-violent news, positive news, good news, beneficial news, now and forever. Yeah, okay. So Rinpoche said many times that, okay, of course, we need somehow to look at the news, okay? We need to find out, for example, what color zone are we in, red, orange, yellow, green, who knows what, yeah? What we can do today, what we can do tomorrow, every day, it's changing, no? However, we shouldn't get like totally obsessed and like overwhelmed by this kind of information, like some kind of negative news tsunami, because I'm sure you already had the experience by now that if we get too obsessed following the news all the time, really, finally, what do we get? We get this feeling of being overwhelmed, in Italy, Brazil, and all around the world. Okay, some places a little better, no, like for example in Asia, our Asian Sangha, they told me that actually the COVID there's going down, but in the western part of the world, especially in the Americas, it's very high the level, unfortunately. Yeah? So sometimes we hear the news, yeah, and it just seems like an overwhelming tsunami, yeah? And so many people are sick, so many people are suffering, so many people are dying, yeah. So of course, anyway, Rinpoche talks about this. He said we have to pray, dedicate for everybody, of course, but also make sometimes a little space. So like, okay, for example, we look in our WhatsApp group and we pray for all the people who are passing away, who are sick, but we don't need to look at the news like 10 times a day, yeah? Because we know we read maybe one time a day or once every few days, we know what's happening, yeah? Okay. We need to have positive news, peace news, positive information, yeah? So maybe that's a nice thing we could do, like, how am I doing? Like every day, let me try and spread one positive news to all my friends, at least make them smile, make them feel better, yeah? So one of my, tasks to myself will be every day to make at least one person feel better, yeah? Okay, to give them some positive news and a non-violent news, yeah, because sometimes it's too heavy, all this news that we get, yeah. So as Rinpoche said, we need good news and beneficial news now and forever, okay. Number 3, Rinpoche said, by the power of the truth, may financial problems be transformed into non-violent financial problems. May our finances become positive and increase like the first moon, increasing up to the full moon now and forever, by inner scientist Shakyamuni Buddha blessing. So this is also another thing that we're becoming aware of, because the pandemic's going on for so long that, now many of us were a little bit afraid financially, no? Or already afraid, no? Why? Because many people, unfortunately, are having difficulties to work, their shop, their bar is closed, or they can only work a little bit. And many people are living off their savings, which are going down, yeah? So, yes, we have to face this fear, but we have to do it in a better way. Yeah. Okay. So as it happens at the moment, yeah, we're doing the NgalSo self-healing practice of Amoga City. Yeah. Okay. So if anybody's feeling afraid, please welcome to join us. Come and do meditation on Amoga City. We still have 2 weeks left. Yeah. It's actually very beautiful doing this. Rinpoche asked us to do this retreat of the 5 Father Buddhas and the 5 Mother Buddhas. Okay, and some actually over 200 of our Sangha members we joined together and we're doing this, which is so good, so wonderful. Yeah, like Juntos Podemos. Yeah. And this month, the first month, we did Lama Genshin Rinpoche mantra, because from the Guru is coming everything. This second month of the Tibetan calendar, the lunar calendar, we're doing a Moga City practice. So if you have fear and anxiety, and who doesn't, yeah? I mean, first we had fear and anxiety because of Rinpoche, you know? And second, regarding our own health, yeah? And now third, about money. So if you want to come and work on your feelings, come and join the NgalSo Tantric Self-Healing retreat, and I guarantee you will feel a lot better, yeah? Okay? It's true, yeah? Really. Rinpoche gave us so many beautiful, as you said, instruments to transform our feelings, you know? And now we need to use them, okay? So then, so that was number 3 thing Rinpoche said, yeah? Okay, so then let's have a look what else Rinpoche said, yeah? Okay. Actually, what Rinpoche said, yeah? He said, well, the first thing that Rinpoche talked about was how the Tantric Self-Healing lineage method started. Of course, one way you can say it goes back to the Lord Buddha Shakyamuni, but practically speaking, in terms of what we call the close lineage, that Rinpoche, in the early 90s, he went to Borobudur together with a group of Malaysian friends, yeah, okay? And there he understood, he had a revelation, let's say, yeah? And he started the self-healing practice there. Actually, these days I've been talking with our Malaysia Sangha friends, yeah? And they've been they, especially Mr. Kok, have been sharing very beautiful stories about how it was that actually Rinpoche asked the Malaysian Sangha that he liked to go to Borobudur. Why? Because many Tibetan lamas had heard about Borobudur, of course, but hardly anybody had ever been. Actually, Lama Yeshe, founder of the FPMT, had been before. Also, what's he called? Gaiden Churpel, yeah? But very few people in that time, Tibetan people, had been to Borobudur, but they knew of it through the histories, no? So Lama Genshin, he asked Mr. Kok if he could take him to Borobudur. So then, so first Mr. Kok was out asking everybody, where's Borobudur? So he went to his travel agents, yeah? And his travel agent says, oh, don't worry, I know. Yeah. So then he arranged for a small group of friends, 5-6 people, to go together with Rinpoche from Kuala Lumpur to Indonesia, Java. And at that time, Rinpoche went every year to Kuala Lumpur to do the medicine Buddha ceremony, yeah? In the Chinese Assembly Hall. And he would do 1 week of initiations with our Malaysian Sangha, yeah? So anyway, so they arrived in Indonesia. At that time, there was no Manohara, nothing like that. So they stayed in, what's it called? Yogyakarta, and went like by car backwards and forwards. And that time was much more, let's say, simple than it is now. It was not so well known Borobudur, because of course, thanks to UNESCO, thanks to Lokesh Chandra, thanks to Rinpoche, thanks to other great lamas, the Borobudur now is super famous, yeah. But even 30 years ago, it was not really very well known at all. Yeah? It was very obscure, yeah. Actually, okay, so how did the Borobudur get reconstructed? Yeah, actually, it was the great Indian Pandita Lokesh Chandra, who actually was a friend of Lama Genshin's, yeah. And he's a great scholar now, one of the greatest scholars of Buddhism in the world, living scholars, yeah. So he organized a petition with many famous professors and academics around the world and archaeologists, and they petitioned UNESCO to fundraise first to make the Borobudur a World Heritage Monument, and secondly to restore it because it was collapsing because of earthquake and because of the monsoon rains, yeah. So UNESCO, very kindly, they spent, I think, 20 years and $30 million, yeah, taking Borobudur down and putting it back up again. And then it was reopened in the early 80s, yeah. It's a World Heritage Monument. So anyway, so Rinpoche and some Malaysian friends, they arrived there shortly after the Borobudur had been reopened, yeah? And Rinpoche, Mr. Koch was saying that they always used to go and sit on the west side under the big tree, which is, Rinpoche always said, a little cooler side, no, in the morning. And Mr. Koch said that on the second time that they went there with Rinpoche, then Rinpoche at one point he was seeing something, and Mr. Koch was like, "What are you seeing?" And Rinpoche said, "Oh, I can see like lights on the stupa, yeah." And this is when he actually had his like revelation, where he could see all the guru Buddhas and everything, like giving him the permission to share the NgalSo Tantric Self-Healing practice, yeah, which is what Rinpoche says here, yeah. So it says, Rinpoche says, we're very fortunate. Since many years, we've received many different practices. And we've learned originally from Borobudur, from many practices, such as the practice of the self-healing of the 5 Supreme Healer Buddhas, and the making peace of the environment of the 5 Great Mothers. Yeah, okay. Just in case there's somebody watching who doesn't know what Borobudur is, this is a model of Borobudur. If you look on the internet, this is Borobudur is like the biggest Buddhist stupa mandala in the world. Okay, there's Angkor Wat, yeah? But anyway, as an actual mandala, there's Borobudur is, let's say, the most working one at the moment, yeah? Okay. So anyway, and on here, on each side is the 5 Father Buddhas and the 5 Mothers. So for example, here's the east side is Akshobhya. Let me show you a picture, just in case anybody's never seen Borobudur before. On the east side are what are many Akshobhya Buddhas with Mamakya, the Great Earth Mother, on the Water Mother. On the south side is many Ratnasambhava Buddhas with Lochana, the Great Earth Mother. On the west side is many Amitabhas with Pandravasini, the Great Fire Mother. On the north side are many Amoghasiddhis with Samayatara, the Great Wind Mother, and in the center are many Vairocana Buddhas with Akasha Devi, the Great Space Mother. So Borobudur is the mandala of the 5 Supreme Healer Buddhas and the 5 Mothers, like beautiful, like this pyramid of the Buddhas, as it's sometimes called. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah. Okay, so and then Rinpoche said, okay, so many beautiful things are there. There's the practice of the 5 Supreme Healer Buddhas, the 5 Great Mothers, and also there's many histories, many stories of Buddha's previous lives, the Jataka Mala of the 600 or so previous birth stories of Lord Buddha when he was a bodhisattva, and also the stories of the Avadanas, the story of his close disciples, yeah, which like Mahakashyapa, Subhuti, all these people, like their past lives, their stories, their liberation stories, yeah, okay, and also many other teachings like the Gandhavya, yeah, okay, but then Rinpoche said, okay, but nowadays what happened is most people go to Borobudur and they just say, oh, beautiful, very special, but most people cannot actually really grasp the meaning of what Borobudur is showing to us, yeah? Yeah. So he says, we've been to Borobudur so many times. I think Rinpoche, I don't know, perhaps somebody can correct me. Rinpoche went at least, I don't know, 25 times, 30 times, so many times, yeah? And he said every year we've made 100,000 candle offerings. And again, actually, that was thanks to the kindness of Mr. Koch, yeah, from Malaysia. And they arranged like huge boxes of tea lights. So we were, at that time was possible. So we made incredible light offerings, yeah, 100,000 candle offerings, yeah, okay. And also we made many requests for blessings, and we requested the permission to understand the actual meaning of Borobudur, and also the secret messages which are within the Borobudur Stupa Mandala. So Rinpoche said, we received many positive signs in all these years, such as nectar coming from the stupa during a very dry period, and incredibly beautiful rainbows, yeah? So this is true. I was there. Many of you were there, yeah? This was, I think, the third time Rinpoche, third or fourth time Rinpoche went to Borobudur. It was the year when Rinpoche actually wrote down the Tantric Self-Healing, yeah? Then we went to Borobudur, and we'd been in Malaysia, yeah, in Kuala Lumpur, in the Medicine Buddha ceremony. It was like November time, yeah? Then we went to Borobudur, And it's true, that time was very, I don't know, very dry time, yeah. And we got up on the top of the stupa. At those days was possible for us to all go up and climb there, yeah. And then this is true. I saw, and many of you saw, it's true, and we have many photos, that even though it was complete dry, then from the big stupa dome of what we call the mother stupa, start squirting out like, start squirting nectars, yeah, dutsi, start squirting out from the stupa on the top, as something really incredible, yeah. And it's like a kind of like whitish substance, yeah. It's like, looks like tears or like milk. It's like, anyway, we Buddhists, we say it's like the nectar of the Buddha's blessings, yeah. And it's the same nectar. I was just looking at this actually before, where is it? I was just looking at this before I was going to start, yeah. It's the same nectar that actually comes out of here. This is a statue of Lord Buddha Chenrezig Avalokiteshvara. Actually, this was a Tibetan statue which was taken by one disciple of Lama Tsongkhapa to Beijing, yeah. The Chinese emperor invited Lama Tsongkhapa, but Lama Tsongkhapa was too busy meditating, so he sent his disciple and this statue. And I don't know if you can see, there's like a rainbow coming out of it. It's true. And from the hands, when we did self-healing with Rinpoche's, dripping many of this like white liquid, like white nectars, like tears or milk or something. Yeah? Anyway, so the same white liquid that several times we saw dripping from the hands of Lord Buddha Chenrezig in Beijing, also squirt out the top of the Borobudur stupa. Like the stupa was so happy, yeah, was ecstatically happy that we had got the point and we were doing NgalSo Tantric Self-Healing. This is true. And there were many incredible rainbows, really incredible things, yeah, okay. Actually, also, Mr. Cock was telling, sorry, Alan Cock was telling me the other day, and I'm sure he won't mind me telling you, that one time they also went with Rinpoche to Puto-san, which is the holy island of Potala, no? It's the place of Kuan Yin, Buddha, like Tara Chenrezig, yeah? And they went there and they were also doing self-healing. And the sun was just setting, and then it kind of like, let's say, looked like it was kind of a little bit coming up again, yeah? Some special effect with the light. But then in this special light of the sunset, yeah? Everybody that was there, they were able to see like the 5 Dhyani Buddhas, and it was not just 1 or 2 people, like a whole group of people. They all saw the 5 Dhyani Buddhas in the sky, yeah, while they were doing self-healing together with Rinpoche. So each one, this is very common, by the way, each one saw in a little different way. Some people were able to see like the mudras of the Buddhas, some people could see more, yeah. And this is how it is, you know, when there's like a vision of the Buddhas, like depending on one's, let's say, capacity or karma or whatever, each one could see a little more or a little less of the vision, yeah. And then they asked Rinpoche, so, oh, Rinpoche, of course, yeah, Rinpoche, yeah. Why are the 5 Buddhas in the sky? And Rinpoche said, this is because the 5 Supreme Healer Buddhas, the 5 Dhyani Buddhas, they want to give us a message, yeah, to us and everybody, that what we're doing is true, yeah. Self-healing is true. What we're doing is right, yeah, okay. Anyway, so I'd just like to add that, yeah, because we always say there was many signs, many visions, and this is actually a very important one. The appearance of the 5 Dhyani Buddhas in Puto-san, yeah, when Rinpoche went there with a group of our Sangha. Actually, Cozy La, Rinpoche's secretary, she's making a beautiful book, actually, with illustrated of Rinpoche's tours. So maybe that might also be in Cozy's book, yeah, okay. So anyway, Rinpoche said, we saw many rainbows. It's true, many incredible signs, even like so many. It was like you've been like, Rinpoche used to complain a little bit, saying to us, now for all of you, this is just normal. It's true, like we've become like sort of like habituated to miracles. And I'm sorry to say that was true, yeah. It's like, oh, we used to even joke saying, oh, have you seen a rainbow today, yeah. But anyway, that's how it was, yeah, okay. We're the dull disciples of the Kali Yuga. So sorry, Rinpoche La. Well, anyway. So anyway, Rinpoche said we received many positive signs all these years, yeah. And he said, what this means is, now you have the self-healing method for your own life, yeah. And this is a method for now, for make your own life better now, and also as a way of enlightenment, yeah. And okay, most of you, you know how to do like Yam, Ram, Lam, Bam and everything. Okay, but now what we need to do is put more effort into this and practice it like more deeply, more sincerely. Yeah, okay. And they even said like maybe we could even make that our main practice. Yeah, okay. So, so actually, I must say, actually, this we're doing okay. Yeah, actually, I more or less we have around about 200 something Sangha members meditating together, doing the not just listening to the explanation, but meditating together, doing the retreat of the 5 fathers, the 5 mother Buddhas. So very good, yeah. So let's continue, yeah, on our journey of self-healing together. It's what Rinpoche asked us to do, and then we will have many interesting experience, I'm sure, yeah. Okay. So that's the first thing Rinpoche said, like self-healing is so powerful, so beautiful. Please do it, even make it your main practice. This is for help in the everyday life. It's true, yeah. Why? Because it's about a method, like a kind of medicine to heal our emotions. Because normally, even though we know, oh, I should be good, I shouldn't be angry, I shouldn't be nervous, just knowing about it makes no difference whatsoever. What makes a difference is doing the practice of self-healing. Then it's like, oh, whatever happens, it's okay. Yeah, we can deal with the waves of our emotions. Yeah, in our personal samsara. Yeah, it's really a panacea. Yeah, truly a medicine. Yeah, to deal with our life, because in our life, for sure, many things will come. Yeah, good and bad. It's like that. Yeah, but anyway, we have to have an emotional way to deal positively. No, so self-healing is that a true medicine for body and mind, and also a way of enlightenment. So we're so lucky. Yeah. Then next, actually, the second thing Rinpoche said is, please practice Black Manjusri. Yeah, okay. Rinpoche actually gave a lot of emphasis on the practice of Black Manjusri. It was like a very he received this teaching from his guru, Kyabje Song Rinpoche. Yeah, and in the last, I don't know, 10, 15 years, Rinpoche gave a big emphasis that we should practice Black Manjusri in order to overcome the obstacles and illnesses of our body and mind, all kinds of things, yeah, also astrological problems, all kinds of things, yeah. So then Rinpoche said, actually, there was one great master, a great Tibetan master called Chankya Rilpe Dorje, yeah, and he went to China a few centuries ago. But there he found it was very difficult for him to teach complicated things. So he only taught one mantra of Black Manjusri on Praso, Chuso, Duso, Dumiso, Ningolacho, Kalaza, Kamcham, Drambepe, Soha. And this mantra was of great benefit to many people, yeah? And finally, he even became the guru of the Emperor of China and so on, yeah? Okay. And said after that, he started to give more advanced teachings. Actually, Chankya Rilpe Dorje is a past incarnation of His Holiness Kyabje Pabonka Dorje Changya, okay? And this is actually in the 18th century, yeah? So Chankya Rilpe Dorje, as Rinpoche said, who was in China, yeah? And he, well, actually, why he was in China is, anyway, when he was young, let's say his monastery had some difficulties, let's say, and he was taken to Beijing as a young boy, no? And he grew up together with the Quanlong Emperor, the prince who later became the Quanlong Emperor, the Manchu Emperor of China. Yeah, okay. So the Quanlong Emperor was one of the great propagators of Buddhism in China. Okay. And of course, Buddhism has a very long history in China since the 1st century, 2,000 years actually, but the Tibetan form of Buddhism became very predominant in China during the 18th century, thanks to Chankya Rilpe Dorje and the Quanlong Emperor. Excuse my bad pronunciation, but anyway. And this is the emperor, by the way, that Rinpoche in his past life went together with the Panchen Lama Lobsang Yeshe, I think it was, yeah, the 6th Panchen Lama. The Panchen Lama went to visit the Quanlong Emperor and Chankya Rilpe Dorje. So then Rinpoche, in that life, yeah, he was the assistant, the Chamzola of the Panchen Lama, and he spent some time in the court of the Quanlong Emperor, yeah. So anyway, everything is connected. It's amazing, you know. Yeah. If we look back over it, with somebody like Rinpoche, because he has like this unusual thing, let's say that his past lives. His history is recorded, yeah? And you might think, oh, maybe it's all made up, but we saw many times when we went to all these different places around the world that really with Rinpoche, there was something true, something really there, you know? Rinpoche always said in every place where he had a karmic connection, he would continue to care for that place, which actually now is super good for us, by the way, yeah? Like, for example, he always said regarding Trupu Monastery near Shigatse in Tibet. So this monastery, okay, in the 11th century was very important, and recently became very small, yeah, like almost nothing, very ruined, yeah. But then in the 90s, Rinpoche took a huge Maitreya Buddha statue there. We were all like, Rinpoche, why are you taking this to this little place? Looks like a kind of little hut. Why are you taking such a big statue? And he said, because I have karmic connection with this place, with these people, yeah, okay? And he said, once I have the karmic connection, the relationship's unbreakable, yeah? And actually, since that time, actually, Trupu Monastery and what's called the Trupu Kumbum has been restored, actually. So anyway, so that's super good for us, yeah? So even though we're the dull disciples of the Kali Yuga, Rinpoche promised, he said, I promised anyway, all the places I had connection, I will continue to take care, you know, as he said, for as long as space exists, for as long as sentient beings are suffering, for that long I will return to clear away the suffering of the world, yeah? So Rinpoche promised, yeah, to continue, to come back, yeah, okay, to care, yeah. But from our side, we need to still create punya, do positive things. So let's say Rinpoche manifest clearly and positively, everything as nice as possible, as quickly as possible, yeah. But from Rinpoche's side, the dedication's already there, you know. Anyway, so Rinpoche said Chankya Rilpe Dorji. He became the guru of the Chinese Emperor Kwanlong. He was the one that made the Lama Temple where we went many times, yeah. And okay, so and he said, okay. So he said, please do black manjushri. It's a very important practice, okay? So that's another point. Am I doing black manjushri or not? Yeah. If not, maybe I should do some more, yeah. Rinpoche generally said we should do like before we speak in the morning, yeah. Of course, any time is good, but they say before you speak, before you say anything is the best time, so that our breath becomes like one with the pure energy of the Black Manjushri mantra. Then it's more powerful, yeah? So that's good. We can do it in bed. Okay. Then next Rinpoche said, yeah, when I originally arrived in the western part of the world in the 80s, I had the intention only to teach one mantra, which was the mantra of Buddha Shakyamuni, Om Muni Muni Maha Muni Shakyamuni Soha. And he said, for many years, I was teaching this mantra, and we saw a lot of benefits just by the practice of this mantra, yeah? Okay, so Rinpoche used to say for the first 10 years that he was in the western part of the world, he was doing what we call body chud, yeah? In the sense of like lojong practice. So he was dedicating his body to the service of others in the sense that he was traveling a lot, like all the time, like everywhere. And also he was healing many very difficult, incurably sick people, yeah? And actually, again, the Malaysian group, they were telling Rinpoche asked everybody to tell their stories, right? Yeah, he said, please, everybody. So, why? Because so beautiful stories. And then gradually we put them all together into like one or many beautiful biographies. Yeah? So the Malaysian group, they were saying that when Rinpoche used, for example, when he used to do the healing ceremonies in Kuala Lumpur, Rinpoche really used to do the healing with Om Muni Muni Maha Muni Shakyamuni Soha, and with the 4 limitless thoughts. May everybody be happy. May everybody be free from misery. May no one ever be separated from the great happiness which is beyond all misery. And may everybody dwell in equanimity, free from attachment to dear ones and aversion to others. And through this, many, many, many people got cured. So Mr. Koch was saying for the first few years, even though they don't have any natural medicines, you know, like Ayurvedic medicine or Himalaya medicine, but by this mantra, by the blessing, lots of people with strong physical and mental problems became much better. Like, so people used to come in a wheelchair and they were able to like stand up, you know, because they felt so much better. Okay, they were not paralyzed, but they were sick, you know, so they felt much better and could stand up, yeah. And many people with very strong psychological problems became pacified. So really, this is powerful, yeah, okay? Om Muni Muni, the mantra of Buddha Shakyamuni, so powerful, yeah? So actually, so also in all our gompas, actually, of course, main image is Buddha Shakyamuni, yeah? Rinpoche emphasized a lot that we should think about Buddha Shakyamuni, meditate on Buddha Shakyamuni, think about the story of Buddha Shakyamuni, receive his blessings and so on, okay? So then Rinpoche said, later on, I saw that modern people had the capacity to uphold the lineage and the Dharma teachings as well. So he said, for the first 10 years, I was checking, seeing if my Vajrayana lineage and teachings are suitable with modern people or not, yeah? So he said, that's when I opened up this everything, and I started to give many other teachings like Black Manjusri and, everything, bit by bit, Haruka, Yamantaka, Vajrayogini, Tarachitamani, Guya Samaja, Kala Chakra, many, 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 many. I think also almost 200 different practices, yeah? And then Chagwang Nalso Reiki, so many beautiful things, yeah? Okay? All the different practices that Rinpoche said, I have been teaching you and that many of you have been learning, yeah? But he said, actually, if you want, just do self-healing, it's enough, yeah? Okay? Everything is there, yeah? And he said, if not, because we like many different things, then choose one practice and do it well. Yeah, okay. And he said, many of us, we already know these practices by heart somehow because they're easy. Rinpoche made it so it was an easy way. But what we need now is to sit and go more deeply into the practice. So that was Rinpoche's heart advice to us. That now, okay, the world outside has many difficulties, but let's go inside, yeah? Let's meditate and go and understand more deeply the positive meaning of self-healing, of Om Muni Muni, and the different practices that Rinpoche kindly shared with us, yeah? So, Rinpoche said, if we just do self-healing, if we really practice it well, then that's enough for our life, and it's also enough as a path to enlightenment, yeah? And Rinpoche many, many times, he used to say, he used to say, I taught everybody self-healing, but you're never satisfied. Now you need this and you need that and always something else and more and more and more and so complicated. But he said, I showed you everything what's necessary in self-healing, yeah? So this is why now 200 plus of us are making this experiment. If anybody else likes to join, you're very welcome. Anybody can join us at any time, yeah? This is the NgalSo way, yeah? So if you like to join now, it's not too late. We're doing a Moga City practice. Please come and join. Yeah, every day we have a self-healing group. Okay. So it said, please meditate on all the methods that we have that Rinpoche gave us. Yeah. Rinpoche said, I have given to all of you all the blessings. Yeah. So not just to one or two. And this is true. We know to everybody he gave the blessing. Yeah. And also I've given to all of you the permission to do these practices. So please now follow and do the practice. So by the way, anybody who's, new, yeah, could be, no? Then Rinpoche actually said that he actually said this, yeah? He said on our website, there's Rinpoche doing self-healing. He said, if you look there and follow the practice together, you receive the permission to do the self-healing practice, yeah? So no need to worry, yeah? So anybody new, you just feel very comfortable. So the blessing is also there, truly. Yeah. Why? Because Rinpoche Holy Mind is still around, yeah, still blessing us, yes. So please feel comfortable. Yeah? Anybody who'd like to take up the practice, yeah, okay. So please follow and do the self-healing practice, yeah. So he said, no. Okay, we said generally nowadays we don't have good concentration. We know we're always like with this, no, aren't we? All the time busy with this, no, or busy with something else, but not busy concentrating, not busy meditating. But now he said the pandemic has come, yeah. But he said the pandemic, we need to take something positive from this experience, yeah, of the pandemic, yeah, okay. So he said, please don't follow all the time the modern this, no? He said, don't follow the telephone. So he meant the news on the smartphone, like the social media. He said, please don't take all this negative news inside all the time, yeah? Okay? Because otherwise it's too much, yeah? Okay? He said, but what we need is to make some time to meditate. So okay, so we cannot see our friends, we cannot go to the restaurant, we cannot go to the gym, we cannot do many things. So actually our schedule is a little more free, let's say, more clear. Because and it's like our diary is like I'll show you as an example. Like here's the 2020 diary. Look, nothing in it. So with the free time, we can spend more time meditating. Yes, so like I say, if you like to join us, you're very welcome. And of course, also in Albaniano, we have also Lama Michel's doing different meditations. Like recently, he's doing Taracistamani, no? And our venerable monks and geshe-las are also doing many meditations. And also Geraldo is doing the combined practice, all of which is streamed. So please join us for meditation, according to what you like, of course, okay? Okay, so then Rinpoche continued talking about Borobudur. So Rinpoche said, we've been many years to Borobudur, okay? And he said, even this year, like 2020, you went to Borobudur, very good, and did Rabne Chemo. It's true, we did with the venerable monks and lamas, And Rinpoche said, thank you very much to Mr. Yan, the sponsor of the Manibhadra, who kindly spent so many times sponsored for the monks and lamas and geshe-las to go to Borobudur, for the monks to come from Kathmandu and from Ganchen Labrang. And he said, why we did all these Rabnes is to make peace with the environment, And he says, Rabne Chemo, the Great Blessing Ceremony, is so important, okay, to recover the energy of the environment, So anyway, actually, the way Rinpoche showed was the most extensive, beautiful way, Actually, I must say, like, personally, Rinpoche did every year, the Rabne with many monks, many lamas, And when I first went to Borobudur, okay, of course, when Rinpoche was there, it was like fantastic, okay. But if you stayed longer and Rinpoche wasn't there, it was kind of like, poof, the doors went like shut, and all the kind of magic disappeared. So I always felt you should like rush away before Rinpoche left, and then you would be on the like top of the wave of the positive energy. But in later years, after Rinpoche had been going there for many years and also many Rabnes, it was kind of like the energy was like open. It was different, That's what Rabne means. The blessing is there. It's like the door into the mandala is open and the blessings are there all the time, So it doesn't just depend on Rinpoche being like the action Vajra and opening and closing the door of the mandala, So it's kind of like Rinpoche said many times he wanted to like restore energetically the Borobudur monument, so which is why he organized like 20 times or something, huge amount of times to have Rabne Chemo done with different monks from Ganden, from Sera, from Tashi Lumpo, from our different friend monasteries, from the monks there, And you could really, really feel like the difference, I must say, So kind, Also, of course, also Rinpoche organized to do Rabne in many, many different places in all our centers and temples around the world. Did at least one time, if not many times, So we're very lucky, And so all these places have become holy places, okay. So then Rinpoche said, okay, so we have long sadhanas like Rabne Chemo. Yes, it's very long, like 4 days, like day and night. It's really, really long, okay. Like 40, 50 hours long, like a bit intense, But he said, don't worry, I also made short sadhanas for Western people. So I made like this, I made this, Where is it? The combined practice, where have I put it? He said, I've made this, the combined practice, this and many other forms. Although he said actually not just for Western people, he said for modern people, including why not next generation of Tibetans. He said, I've made this short, easy form, okay, of all these beautiful practices, okay. In here is everything we know, okay. It means our lineage, okay, And so why? So that modern people with job and family and who are not just like 20, 30 years studying philosophy and in the beautiful monastic system, because very beautiful, but not many people these days can, let's say, have the karma or the possibility to do that. So but everybody needs to get enlightened, Everybody needs to have a better emotions, a better life. So Rinpoche made this, the combined NgalSo practice and many other beautiful practices, So why? So it's possible for many people, yeah, to practice, yeah. And he said we should be like. He said many people came to him and asked to become monk or nun, and of course some of our friends are monks and nuns, and we rejoice greatly in their virtue, in their practice, yeah, for holding the root of the Buddha Dharma, and please continue, rejoice. We rejoice, yeah. But he said for most people, he always said to people who said like that, he always said, please be a monk or nun in your daily life. And what that means is you continue with your family, with your job, with your house, with your car, with your cat, with your parrots and everything, yeah. But what you do is you give up violence, you give up anger, you give up depression, you give up the negative delusions, the negative emotions. This is what we have to renounce, yeah, okay? So renunciation, bodhicitta, and the correct view of emptiness we can do while practicing at home and as a householder life, okay? And of course, also we have some people in our Sangha who are ordained monk and nun and Lama. We're so grateful to them, yeah? Appreciate them a lot, yeah? So thank you very much, yeah? We lay people, we rejoice in you. Because the ordained Sangha, they are the ones who hold the Buddha's teachings, yeah? And there's a prediction that as long as the ordained Sangha exists, the Buddha's teachings will remain, which is why we lay people always give great respect and support to the ordained Sangha. Yeah. Anyway, so then Rinpoche said, now we have so many secret things in our hand. Yeah. So he said, for example, yeah, Kyabje Pabonka Rinpoche, they've made the famous Lamrim Chenmo, no? Liberation in the palm of your hand, okay, which was written down by His Holiness Kyabje Trijang Dorji Chang, Lama Gensha's guru, no? And so there he says it's like liberation in the palm of your hand, and it's like the idea that you have like one fruit or something. They give the example of one Indian fruit, and everything is there in your hand. You can have it, you can grasp it, yeah, the whole thing is there, yeah. So Rinpoche was super happy because His Holiness Kyabje Trijang Choktrul Rinpoche, who's Lama Gensha's guru's incarnation, yeah, he said when he came to Albaniano, he said that the NgalSo Tantric Self-Healing is liberation in the palm of your hand for Tantra. He said, just like Kyabje Pabonka Rinpoche made liberation in the palm of your hand of the sutra teachings, so Lama Genshin Rinpoche made liberation in the palm of your hand for the Tantra teachings, which is the NgalSo Tantric Self-Healing practice. So His Holiness Kyabje Trijang Choktrul Rinpoche said that. Thank you very much, Your Holiness. Yeah. Also, it's true. Yeah. You know. And then also Rinpoche said, many Geshe-las and Lamas actually have recognized the benefits of self-healing and are supporting him in his endeavors. Yeah, and this is true. Yeah, for example, Geshe Tenda. Yeah, actually now Geshe Tenda is already in the new incarnation. Yeah, but anyway, Geshe Tenda was a very famous Lama, great practitioner, great tantric master. And he came to Milan, yeah. Rinpoche invited him to the Kumpen. He gave us many beautiful initiations. And then he also gave us many beautiful teachings on the qualities and benefits of NgalSo Tantric Self-Healing, which actually I have in my notebook, yeah. So if anybody would like to know what Geshe Tenda said, I'd be very happy to tell you. If one time you remind me, we can go through and listen to what he said. Beautiful things about self-healing, yeah. And how he understood it was truly like the essence of the Vajrayana path, yeah. So another time we'll do that, yeah. Please sometime remind me and I'll do, okay. Not only that, also Geshe Yeshe Wanchuk, yeah, another great master, one of Rinpoche's gurus, another great master. Also, he gave his support to the Tantric Self-Healing, and also many others. I have to look in my notebook, yeah, so I have the list, yeah. So actually, maybe we could talk about that next time. Actually, why not? Yeah, seeing as we're in this moment of remembering, actually, yeah. And then after that, we'll go back to talking about the mudras, yeah, like the gestures of Amoghasiddhi, Ratnasambhava, and so on. Yeah. But anyway, all this is extremely relevant, so why not? Yeah. Okay. And it's true, yeah. Many lamas and high lamas and geshes recognize the importance of what Lama Genshin Rinpoche was doing and his teachings, yeah. So we're so lucky to have received that, and now it's like our, let's say, doveri, our duty somehow as his disciples to practice to become better people, yeah. Because if we won't, then who will? Yeah, okay. So Rinpoche said, please continue practicing self-healing, now in this particular time, please make time, because normally we never have time, but now we have time to make for yourself for the practice. So please do, yeah, okay. So, okay, already 1 year has passed, yeah. So we need to think, okay, have I actually managed to do any practice or not? If not, anyway, the pandemic hasn't finished. Now we're going into year 2. So I still for sure have less events in my diary, but my diary is empty or almost empty, no social events. So I can use that time to practice the Dharma, okay, like Rinpoche said, okay? Okay. Then Rinpoche said in his last public teaching, which is his message, direct message, like his heart advice for each and every one of us. So he said, okay, if we listen all the time to the news, what's happened is we get too afraid, because, it's true, if we listen to the news, it's just heavy, and then look on the internet, the news and the social media. So, of course, some news we need, but not just to make ourselves more afraid. What we need is to practice and be without fear, So we need the practice of Amoga Siddhi. So please, anybody who didn't join, please welcome to join. We still have 2 weeks to do the practice of Amoga Siddhi. So let's learn how to face our fear and be without fear, okay? And I said, we need to learn how to do this, okay? And Rinpoche said, Dharma practitioners need to live in a different way, So now in the pandemic, please, we need to use this situation in a positive way and anyway to have a better life, So that means, okay, we need to probably stay home more and not just spend all our time watching TV. Of course, we can watch TV, but spend more time learning how to deal with our emotions, changing our mind for the positive, learning how to develop, then we're creating the cause for a better life, because I said otherwise, when are we going to, what use was all this, And he said, our practice is a valid method, okay, we have a special lineage with true methods, and this is the moment, exactly now, that we need to use these methods, We need to recite the mantras, otherwise, when exactly are we going to do it, Then Rinpoche said, of course, which he'd like to say, that in Albagnano, Ganshin Churpaling Healing Meditation Center, that we have accumulated millions of sog offerings. Rinpoche used to say this was our karma bank. At that time, we'd accumulated over 5 million sog offerings. Maybe now it's more. I don't know, but anyway, for sure, each time is getting more. No, and he said also we've been accumulating the mantra of Panashawari, which is for the protection and healing of epidemic sickness. And no, I'm not quite sure. I saw actually on one of the groups, I think it was how many millions? I'm not sure. Was it like 6 million we've done by now or something? Anyway, lots, okay. So we shouldn't think this doesn't work, Rinpoche always said if we could actually see the result of our actions, our positive actions, they would be huge like a mountain. We'd be amazed, we'd be surprised, But because they're like subtle things, we cannot see directly, but we should not think this doesn't work, For example, we're doing many, many Panashawari mantras and praying for people who are sick, Like so many people sick, Especially in Brazil, Unfortunately, at the moment, I mean, of course, everywhere, but within our Sangha groups, there's this news of many people sick and suffering and passing away, But anyway, this is helping, the Panashawari and the Ushnisha Vijaya and certain Black Manjusra, it's helping a lot, So please, let's continue to do those practices, So then Rinpoche said we have many, many valid methods, okay. So he says, as Dharma practitioners, as practitioners of self-healing, we should have some kind of positive pride, okay. Actually, speaking of which, I just remembered another story that Mr. Koch told me actually yesterday. He said one time he was speaking to some important businessman, and this businessman was saying, how do you know that self-healing has any benefit? So Mr. Koch and his friends, they got some bottles of cooking oil and they put 2 in front of the altar and 2 in a different place as like a test group, And then they did NgalSo Tantric Self-Healing, yeah? And then the guy, yeah, the industrialist guy, he took all 4 bottles. He said, right, I'm going to take them to my laboratory and I'm going to analyze and see if there's any difference, yeah? So he found that actually the bottles of cooking oil that were been in the room where the self-healing was, they'd become more clear, transparent, yeah, and also they'd become like less acidic. That means the quality had improved, yeah. So this was scientifically analyzed in the laboratory, yeah, okay. And like this, there's many stories, which is why it's important that everybody tell the story and then we record them, because Rinpoche always said this is our history, this is our Lalita Vistara, because all these things are true, yeah. Like, for example, Mr. Cock told me yesterday. Why? Because it's true, because it actually happened, yeah. And like this, there's hundreds of true stories. So now we need to tell our story, record our story, write down our story, and then we will put it together into our modern Lalita Vistara. It's true, okay? So Rinpoche said we should have some positive pride that we are the disciples of the NgalSo lineage, yeah? We are practicing self-healing, yeah, okay? He said, so we have so many valid methods, so many true methods, yeah? And then he said, but he said also, by the way, he said, if possible, during the time of the pandemic, please use the Mama and Papa pills, the red and white Ganshin Rilbu, yeah, okay? If possible. I mean, I'm talking to the members of our Sangha, yeah? We have the special red and white. But actually, they're made of very special holy ingredients, yeah, from like special, for example, many times we went with Rinpoche here and there around the world to many holy places, yeah? And often in these holy places, there's a special time when some nectar is coming or some holy earth. And so these pills are made with like many, many blessing substances, yeah? From like, for example, like from holy places and special medicines and relics. So they're very powerful, the Ganshin Rilbu, okay? Like Rinpoche was always joking, saying that in Kham, no, in Tibet, yeah, in Chattering, yeah, that he went there many times, no, and like he had took the red and white pills, the Ganshin Rilbu, and he said that local people, they were selling. He would give them away free to everybody. And he said there was a black market in his pills, and they were like selling one packet for like $50 US, yeah. So that he was kind of laughing about that. Yeah, he said they were doing incredible things, making all kinds of experiments to seeing how, like, kind of how much protection you could have from his pills. Yeah, which I will not repeat to you what they did. But anyway, they were doing incredible things to see how much protection of your life came from the Ganshin pills. Okay, but it's true. So if you have access to those, and I think it's possible, yeah, please, our Sangha members, please continue to put the pill in the water and drink the water, yeah, okay? The Rinpoche also used to call them water and cream pills, yeah? Actually, in Tibet, they used to put in butter, but I think Rinpoche thought rancid butter was not going to catch on in the modern society, so he started putting them in Nivea pills, yeah? He used to have this blue pot of Nivea, yeah? Which is okay, because it's cheap, everybody can buy a thing of Nivea, but any cream, yeah, okay? So he said, please put 1 red and 1 white Ganshin pill in the water and then drink a lot of the Ganshin water medicine, yeah, okay? So he said, I advise everybody, that means us, please drink a lot of actually I'm going to do this as well, I haven't been doing recently. Please drink a lot of the red and white Ganshin pill water, yeah? And he said, please don't have fear. But anyway, we need to protect ourselves well, yeah, and use well with whatever methods we have, which of course means not only the normal things of like social distancing and the mask and hand washing and etc., as we know, but also on top with diet, positive attitude, meditation, mantra, Ganshin Rilbu, all the other things as well, but going obviously together with the advice of our own governments, no, and the World Health Organization, no. And then Rinpoche said, if we're not going to, he said, we need to use all the healing methods that we have, and we have a lot now because Rinpoche was a healing Lama and he shared this with each and every one of us, yeah? So it said, if we're not going to use these for our well-being, then how are we going to get well, yeah, okay? He said, we have everything we need to be well, of course, also in terms of like, you know, the modern things like very good medical care and this and that and many, many good conditions in modern society, actually. and also the Dharma medicine. So we have everything we need to protect ourselves, both physically and spiritually. And we really need to use all these healing methods in the best way. So maybe before we had a big shelf full of self-healing sadhanas, gathering dust. Now is the time to get out all our self-healing sadhanas and use them. So if we didn't already, don't worry, there's still time. The pandemic hasn't finished yet. So please get your sadhanas out from the shelf. Blow off the dust and think, oh, so beautiful. I don't know, Medicine Buddha, White Tara, Maritzi, so self-healing, so many beautiful things, making beautiful the environment. Now is the White Tara. This is the time. I'm going to do it now, yeah? If not, when will be the time, yeah? So then, in fact, Rinpoche started to speak about we need to do making peace the environment, yeah? So he said, we need a healthy environment. And Rinpoche always said, no, whatever we need to do in life, whether we want to be a millionaire or if we want to be a Buddha or both, we need to have healthy 5 elements. And also the environment needs to be healthy. So we need to do making peace the environment, the 5 element purification practice, yeah? So he said, I've been saying this for many, many years. So now please continue, yeah? Yeah? So this is super important. We need to take care of the environment. Actually, the last trip that Rinpoche made in January, he went to Spain and he planted 108 trees in the Serinjong Long Life Forest. Yeah, why? Because Rinpoche was like, we need to plant more trees. Yeah, we need to not just pray for it. We need to plant trees. Already in Ganshan in Tibet, yeah, he planted it's helped, maybe planted a few, no, but anyway, got the people to plant 30,000 trees together with the Help in Action Association, yeah, and many friends and engineers who all worked voluntarily to reforest the Ganshan area and make an aqueduct, to bring water back to that area. So actually I posted some photos in our self-healing group in Signal. So now it was a desert, and now it's going green again. Yeah, so beautiful. Yeah, this is what we need to do. Yeah, we need to do something for the planet. We need to leave something for the environment, not just take. Yeah, I mean, we went several times in the Amazon in Brazil with Rinpoche, and I always remember seeing the machines where they were taking the trees. It was so horrible. Yeah. So, and we were there meditating and everything. Then we come around the corner and there'd be these huge machines ripping up the trees. It's so violent, so horrible, yeah. So we need to give something back, yeah, to Mother Earth, yeah. So anyway, Rinpoche's last trip to one of our centers was planting the Serinjong Peace Forest, and also now in Albagnano and Ganshan Chirpoling. Our friends, we have many, many friends working there in the gardens, and also we're lucky we have Pete from Brazil. She's Australian, but anyway, now Pete from Brazil making beautiful permaculture, pure land, yeah, and we're together with many friends, so that's super nice. That's what Rinpoche wanted, but not just in Albagnano, not just in Serinjong. So if we live in a city, anyway, let's make our city more green. Even if we're stuck in our apartment, let's put some plants or something. We'll do whatever we can let's stop using so much plastic. Let's think about how we consume and our energy use and everything. Yeah, Rinpoche meant it. It's not something hypothetical. We must do this because there's too many of us in the world. So we need to change the way that we should live. We need to be more collective. We need to share things. We need a new paradigm. Yeah, and Rinpoche was totally into that. So we must continue. Yeah. Anyway, not just us. Actually, everybody must. Yeah. But Rinpoche encouraged us since 30 years to start, yeah? Okay. Okay, the next thing Rinpoche said is that during the pandemic, yeah, many people are dying, yeah, okay? So he said, we need to pray for the dying, yeah, for the sick and for the dying, he said, yeah? And he said, usually, okay, we have to pray for 1 or 2 people, but now thousands and thousands of people are dying, yeah? So he said, now we must pray for all these people, yeah, okay? And he said, these people are lost, yeah? They're dying in an isolated way. There's no chance for people to meet with their family members and so on, yeah, okay? Yeah, so he said, anyway, so actually we are doing this, yeah? So in our NgalSo group, of course in Albaniano, of course the monks and lamas, of course, always did and always will, yeah. But also now we collectively in our NgalSo groups, at the end of every session, we're listening to the prayer requests and we are praying each time for those who are sick from COVID and other illness, because also many people are sick from cancer and many other illness because they can't get medical treatment so quickly now. Yeah, it's like the Middle Ages or something somehow. No? So anyway, we're praying for the sick and praying for those who are unfortunately passing away. Yeah, okay. So so Rinpoche said, we must do, please do. So yes, Rinpoche, we're doing there, and everybody, please join us. Yeah. Yeah. Then next, Rinpoche said, okay, the world needs to be healthy, yeah, and we need to pray that a big financial problem doesn't come, yeah. And if there is a financial problem, it's not too bad, and that we slowly recover, yeah, okay. Because anyway, for sure, as we know, there's a huge financial impact of the pandemic, yeah. Like so many people, their businesses are shut or like working just on the edge of just surviving, yeah, okay. And many other people like me, for example, working at home, yeah, yeah, okay. So anyway, so there's a financial impact for sure, but it said, may this be less, yeah, okay. And may we pray that it gradually recover, yeah. But let's hope we recover in a green way, in a better way, actually, yeah. So we pray that the economy will recover, but we make a better world. We come out with a different motivation, yeah, okay. Anyway, so Rinpoche said, pray that everybody is healthy, has long life and success, especially the great lamas, the holy beings, yeah. And he said, especially His Holiness Kyabje Chujang Chogchol Rinpoche, who's like the supreme head of our Ganda Ningu lineage, so ultimately responsible for our lineage, yeah. He said also him and his wife Kunsan La and the children and all other great lamas and holy beings, yeah. Please pray that he said, for all other Lama reincarnation, all the great yogis, the other siddhas, all other positive beings, yeah, they all need long life, so we need to pray for that, yeah, okay. They need to wipe because they need to do something, they need to take care, no? Yeah? And also he said, I'd like to thank all the doctors, therapists, carers, all the ones healing and working for others. So thank you very much, yeah, okay. Yeah. Okay. So then actually Rinpoche gave one advice of one friend of ours, and she'd asked, who's a doctor, and she'd like to go and work on the front line, yeah, okay, like in the intensive care in the COVID ward, yeah. And of course some people are doing, no, of course, which we deeply appreciate, yeah. Yeah. But he said, whatever you should do, we should do to help others. But he said, anyway, we need to do it in a middle way, okay? So we, of course, we need to help others, but also we need to take care of ourselves. So he said to doctors, nurses, and therapists, and carers, and all people in caring positions, take care of the others, but also rest. Yeah, take care of yourself. Yeah, because why? Because if you become completely exhausted, then you get sick and tired yourself, and then there's no way to help the others. Yeah, so that's actually a very wise piece of advice from Rinpoche. Yeah, do as much as you can to help the others, but also take a rest, and also, yeah. Then we have more. It's like the perfection of energy. No, one of the perfection of energy vows is we can take a rest, recover our energy, then continue to help others. Yeah. Okay. Then what else did Rinpoche said? Okay. So then Rinpoche started to talk about the elements, yeah? Rinpoche talked a lot about the elements. So he said we need to do a lot of meditation on the elements. So yes, Rinpoche, we will. I mean, our idea is that, okay, at the moment we're doing the meditation of the 5 Supreme Healer Buddhas. Then after, actually, in the next 5 months, we'll do the different meditations of the element mothers, yeah? And actually, there's so many systems, so we will bit by bit try and learn and understand more deeply how to do all the beautiful and powerful element systems that you showed us. We'll try, okay? Yeah. So he said, when we talk about purification, normally we think, oh, I need to do Vajrasattva meditation or something like this. But he said, first thing we need to do to become pure is take care of the elements, yeah? And he said, if the elements are clear and clean, then everything else is possible, yeah? Okay? Yeah? And he said, please, everybody, continue to work. Work means work, do your work anyway, but in the middle way, yeah? Work, especially for the benefit of others, but also take care of yourself, because if you're tired, then one day you'll get ill, and then many difficulties will come, yeah? So continue to help others, yeah? But take care of your own health, yeah? And he said anyway, please continue to pray, continue to meditate, do self-healing and so on. And it says maybe this time, yeah, if you pray, if you do the practices more deeply, more sincerely, he said maybe you who believe in gods will see gods. You who believe in Buddhas will see Buddhas. Maybe you'll see Dakinis, yeah? Yeah? Or maybe nothing, yeah? Or maybe Jesus, he said, maybe something will happen. So we hope, yeah? So we will do the retreat and we see what happens, yeah? So maybe the holy beings will come and bless you, yeah? Yeah? Or maybe you'll have a different kind of blessing, yeah? So we should think, okay, like, this is like he said, like in the Lojong way, okay. Thank you so much for COVID, yeah? Because COVID, yeah, is giving me the possibility to change my mind, yeah? To see things in a different way, yeah? To spend more time working for others, praying for the sick, praying for the dying, spending more time meditating on self-healing. So thank you, COVID, yeah? Actually, Rinpoche always, what did he say? He said we need to change, what was it? He said change COVID into coronavirus, yeah? We need to, he said we need to have an epidemic of karuna, which means a love epidemic, yeah? So that's really nice, yeah? Yeah, change COVID epidemic into the karuna epidemic, yeah? So each and every one of us, we need at least to try and make other people happier, yeah? At least one person every day we need to make more happier. Oh yeah, then Rinpoche said, yeah? He said, he told one story. He said, at the time of Lord Buddha Shakyamuni, at one time there was a pandemic and many people died in this pandemic, yeah? So then they met the people who were around Buddha. They went to Buddha and said, please, Lord Buddha, help us. What can we do, yeah? And Buddha Shakyamuni said, this is karma, yeah, okay? And he said, hang on, what did he say? He said, actually, the Buddha did many prayers and he did many healing and he did help many people, but we made it very clear that when karma manifests, there's actually not so much we can do to change it, yeah? Why? Because that's what we say in Buddhist philosophy, that once a karma is ripened, we need to experience it. Okay, we can like maybe mitigate the effect a little bit, but it's already in motion, the process, no? When we talk about purification, we mean purifying experiences before they ripen, no? Yeah, okay. So anyway, so the Buddha said, actually also Lama Genshin, he said this to us as well in Albaniano, like before, in last March, yeah? I was there in Rinpoche House, no, and each day the pandemic was coming nearer. It was coming from Milano, and it was kind of coming up the mountains towards Albagnano. Each time was like one village and the next village, and we were hearing, oh, this village, these people are sick. Then this village got sick there. Then got very near to the next village. Then I went to Rinpoche. I said, Rinpoche, what can we do? The sickness is almost in Albagnano. Rinpoche said, everybody has their own karma, yeah? This is what we have to do, yeah? We need to accept, yeah? Okay? Yeah? So this is what Rinpoche told me, and also saying the same thing here, you know? Need to accept everybody has their own karma. Actually, not just in relation to the pandemic, in relation to everything, yeah? Okay? But Rinpoche was a great practitioner of Lojong, so when bad conditions arise, it means we need to transform them, yeah? Okay? And there's many ways we can do that. Many ways, as Rinpoche said, many ways we can change the position of our mind. So we can take what is a bad situation, yeah, definitely a bad situation, but we can find some positive meaning from it, yeah, some way to change our emotions, to open our heart, to care more for others, to put other people in the first position, and so on, yeah, okay. So this is what we mean by the Lojong mind training teaching. So definitely this is something we should do now, for sure, yeah, okay. Okay, so anyway, during the time of the Buddha was going around, and one king went to the Buddha and he said, I'm worried about my young son, the prince. Buddha, can you protect him? Yeah. But the Buddha said, I'm sorry, I don't know. I can do my best, yeah, to pray on things, but it's his karma. It doesn't just depend on me, yeah, okay? So actually the Buddha, yeah, he said the Buddha actually had miracle powers. Now, even he put the young prince inside his begging bowl, yeah, okay? But even so, the young boy caught the sickness and he died, yeah, okay? So himself couldn't protect the prince, yeah, because of his karma, yeah, okay? So each one has our own karma, which we as Dharma practitioners should try and transform in the sense of dealing with things in a positive way, okay? Actually, one thing I was reading recently in the Italian newspapers is, as we know, for us, let's say, for our point of view, very unfortunately, our beloved Guru passed into paranirvana on April the 18th in the first wave of the COVID epidemic, yeah? But I was reading in the Italian papers that actually many hundreds of Catholic priests, also like Rinpoche La, have died. Why? Because like Rinpoche, their compassion is so great for the others, they cannot help but help, Like in the paper, the priest was saying, yeah, we know, yeah, this is a pandemic, yeah, we know this is dangerous, but what can we do? People, whose hand are these people going to hold, if not mine, yeah? These people are crying, they're crying out with fear. I have to be the one to care for those people, even though my own life is in danger. And that's what Rinpoche did, yeah? His compassion for the others was so huge that he didn't consider it all himself, no? Yeah, it was truly, it totally transformed the position of his mind from self to the others, no? Yeah, yeah, so anyway, so like that, yeah? Okay, so then Rinpoche said, yeah, we should pray, yeah, we should use all our methods, yeah, all the methods of the Vajrayana Buddhism, yeah. And he said, we're very lucky because we have so many different healing methods, yeah, yeah. And he said also, and then he said, Chankya Rilpe Dorje, he gave this story before, no? Who was a great Vajrayana master. He gave many different incredible healing practices, and also, Rinpoche doesn't say here, but at the time when Chankya Rilpe Dorje was in China, and Rinpoche La in the past life was there with the Panchen Lama, there was a great epidemic of smallpox, yeah? And so one of the actually at that time, the Chinese, yeah, had started vaccinations, yeah, for smallpox, yeah? They already understood that to take the cowpox, and they would I think they inhaled it up your nose. Anyway, they had some way to get it into you, not sticking it into your arm. I think you had to breathe it in or something. Yeah? But anyway, so the Chinese had already started a vaccination program, and the lamas had started the practices of black manjusri and also panashawari. Okay, because we need both, no, vaccination and the spiritual practice. Yeah, okay. So Rinpoche said we do have these methods. We need to use them in this direction, yeah? And they're very much needed at this moment, yeah? Okay? So he said, please use the Black Manjusri mantra, yeah? Yeah? And he said, okay. He said, I learned the Black Manjusri practice from my guru, Kyabje Song Rinpoche, and he said that he stayed with him together for 7 years. So when Rinpoche left Tibet and went to Sikkim and then India, for 7 years, he was the personal attendant of Kyabje Song Rinpoche, who at the time was the principal of the Varanasi Sanskrit School and what later became the Higher Institute of Tibetan Studies, yeah? So Rinpoche was there and supposedly was studying Tibetan and stuff, yeah? I mean, not Tibetan, Sanskrit, yeah? But all the time, actually, he was going around with Song Rinpoche, helping him, like, I don't know, going to the market, buying things for him for the pujas, or Song Rinpoche would go and visit sick people, or So Rinpoche was always with him, like doing pujas, doing retreats and so on, yeah? Which is why for many years Rinpoche came last in the Sanskrit exam. But finally, because Rinpoche in the other life, when he was Tripura Lutsow, was a great pandita of Sanskrit, in the last year decided to study a little bit and came first, which is incredibly impossible, but that's what happened, yeah? But anyway, Rinpoche says he lived together with Kyabje Song Rinpoche, and he said that he asked a special permission to, actually it's like how Rinpoche was with us actually. He asked a special permission to Kyabje Song Rinpoche that any moment he could ask Dharma questions to him any time, except Rinpoche gave a special permission that that anybody could ask anything to him anytime, even more than that, yeah? But Rinpoche, any time, he used to say, like, maybe they were in a rickshaw in the market, no, in Varanasi, yeah? And in the rickshaw, he would ask, like, questions about healing and the Dharma to Kyabje Song Rinpoche, yeah? So he said, I learned so many incredible things from Rinpoche life, from Song Rinpoche. It was difficult to digest, yeah? So, yeah, we know the feeling, yeah? There's also kindly Rinpoche shared so many incredible teachings with us, yeah? Okay. Yeah, so anyway, so I said, I mean, those of us who knew Rinpoche personally, we should always rejoice that we had that guru-disciple relationship in that way. We were so lucky. He said, please rejoice, yeah? Never forget and always rejoice and try and put the holy advice of your guru into practice, which we will try and do as much as possible, okay? Then what did Rinpoche say? He said, okay, so I said also, me and you, him and us, yeah, we're together many years, yeah, so many years. So we're also, so modern society is lucky, yeah. Also many other great masters have come in modern society, yeah. So I said, Shakyamuni Buddha's time has come and gone, yeah, and we have all these histories of the past. We have the Mahasiddha stories, but that's in the past. The Mahasiddhas are already gone, yeah. But it says, now we're here together, so let's try and do small things together. Okay, but these small things might be a big thing for us, yeah? Please need to rejoice, yeah? Okay? Rinpoche always used to say in the Kumpen in the 90s, rejoicing is the best investment, yeah? So, of course, you know, we all feel sad, yeah? We all, you know, Rinpoche passed away, there's the pandemic, people have lost the job, it's a difficult time, yeah? So many sad things, yeah? We all know people who have been very ill, people who have died, yeah, okay? But he said, anyway, please rejoice of the good fortune that you have, yeah, okay? Rejoicing is the best investment. So every day, at least one time, we need to think, I'm so lucky, I got this special opportunity. I need to use it in the best way, you know, yeah? And he said, of course, all the spiritual traditions, they're all making prayers, you know, very strongly. That's so great, you know, yeah? And also rejoice. So he said, rejoice that all the spiritual traditions, that they're praying strongly for the benefit of humanity, yeah? And also pray that the monasteries, that the monks and nuns still remain, they're still there doing their job for the Dharma, yeah? But he said, please, each one of you, yeah, each one of us, do more meditation, do more recitation, do more concentration, yeah, okay? He said, then the coronavirus, yeah, is giving us this chance, yeah, okay? So pray very strongly, yeah, not only for the sickness, but for all other positive things, yeah, okay? So please, all monks and nuns and lamas and lay people, all healers, please, everybody, do something. Please practice self-healing, practice the Dharma, rejoice, pray and spread and dedicate positive energy, yeah? Please, is that what Rinpoche said, yeah? Okay? So anyway, so Rinpoche said, you know, I've given you all so many different practices, and he gave all those cards, you know, of like Black Manjusri and Pausa Lamo and Panashauri, and many different practices, okay? He said, if we're not going to use them now when it's difficult time, then what is the use, yeah? Yeah? And we're always saying that, oh, we're worried about going to the Narak, about going to hell, yeah? Okay? Yeah, well, this idea, no, after I die, I could go to hell, even though Rinpoche himself said, no need to worry. But anyway, he said, if we look now, somehow it's like a hell in the world, yeah, okay? So he said, now we need to do self-healing inside the hell, yeah, okay? Because of collective cause and karma, cause and condition, the hell has come now in our world, yeah? So if you actually look at the Buddhist stories about bodhisattvas in hell, what they do is they are incredibly kind. They develop love, compassion, and empathy, and they take care of the others. And that's how hell stops becoming hell and becomes a beautiful place, yeah? How to get out of hell is that, yeah? So we need to emphasize very strongly the practice of love and compassion, yeah, okay? He said, so please try and develop love, compassion, empathy. Try and do something and continue to do it, okay? Yeah. And then he said, okay, thank you all to all the sponsors of the NgalSo tradition, yeah? Yeah, I wish we have many, fortunately. He said, we, the Dharma practitioners, please, we need to pray for their good health, their happiness, yeah, their long life, and may also the sponsors continue to support the NgalSo tradition. Why? Because we need, yeah? And also, please, everybody, each one support each other, yeah? Okay? So everybody have their friends. Please, you support all your Dharma friends and everybody else you know, not just financial. I mean, it means emotionally, you know? Be there, be the friend, yeah? Take care, you know, as much as we can, yeah? Okay? So he said, please support each other. Like, so be more friendly, help each other economically, take care of each other because you promised, because we're a Vajra brother, sister. Take care in a meaningful way and in a useful way, okay? And then Rinpoche said, by the power of the truth, by all human beings' attention, not agitation, by all the holy beings' blessing, may the violent sicknesses like coronavirus be transformed into non-violent sickness. May the coronavirus become the coronavirus. Yeah, this we need to make a t-shirt. Yeah. May we manifest love and compassion to heal everybody and the environment by inner scientist Shakyamuni Buddha's blessing. Okay. And then finally Rinpoche concluded with the dedication of Shantideva. Yeah. So I actually said a few verses of it. Okay. Whatever sick and suffering sentient beings there may be, may they quickly recover from all their sicknesses, and may all beings always remain free from all sickness and body and mind. May all medicines be effective. May our prayers and healing mantras be effective, yeah? May the sicknesses and virus and bacteria have compassion towards us who are getting sick, yeah? In all directions, whatever sick or for all those beings who are sick and suffering in body and mind, through the power of my merit, may they experience an ocean of well-being and happiness, yeah? Okay. And then Rinpoche said, Nimo dele sendele, nime kunyan dele shin, nin sentatu dele pel, kuncho sungi hijingi lo, kuncho sungi nedruso, kuncho sungi hitashi sho. At dawn or dusk, at night or midday, may the three jewels, Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, grant us their blessings. May they help. Dawn or dusk, at night and midday, may the three jewels grant us their blessings. May they, May they sprinkle the. Sorry, I'm having a mental blockage. I've said this a million times. Yeah, 1 second. Yeah. May they, May they grant us their blessings, and may they help us to achieve all mundane and superior realizations, especially peace. Yeah. And healing, and sprinkle the path of our lives with various signs of auspiciousness, even now in this pandemic and in all the rest of our life and our future lives. Yeah. And then Rinpoche said, Tashi Dela, yeah. That was Rinpoche's last holy teaching, yeah. Okay. If you like, we can watch that on YouTube, yeah. But we need to really this is Rinpoche heart advice, how we should do, okay, yeah. That's why I'm also saying it to myself, by the way. How am I doing? We need to think at each point what Rinpoche said. We need to put it into practice, yeah? And actually feel, a sense of joy and rejoicing that we had the good fortune to meet one holy master like Rinpoche, okay? And those of you who are coming new, the energy is still there, the blessing is still there. Anyway, also lucky, yeah, okay? We're all so lucky, yeah? So I think I'm going to stop there actually today. So thank you all very much for listening. So let's think about Rinpoche's holy words and feel a sense of joy and wonder. Of course, many times we feel sad, no? But I also feel joy and wonder of all the amazing things that Rinpoche did in his life. He said, I think he said 500 years life, okay, in one life, yeah? And yeah. And we're so lucky. Rinpoche gave us everything. Now we need to put it into practice. So let's try and do that. And we'll do it together, yeah? Okay, Lama Michelle is there. Okay, I'm trying my best together with everybody. We're all together as one big group, a Mahayana group, yeah? Which is good, no? Meditating together, so that's very good, yeah? All helping each other, supporting each other, really as friend, really as brother and sister. And also we have many other great Lama, Geshe, Yogi, Yogini of our lineage. So actually everything will be okay for sure. Okay? Okay. Juntos podemos. Okay. This dark time we will pass through and we will come out stronger with more inner light, yeah? And we will, as Rinpoche said, you need to feel proud, some kind of positive pride, yeah? I am a NgalSo practitioner. I'm a student of Lama Genshin, of the Lama Tsongkhapa. And even in the dark times, we did our best. We spread light, we spread love, we got through it together, we helped people as much as we could, yeah? We did the right thing, yeah? We did the pandemic in the right way, and we kind of come out working in a more collective way, caring more about the environment, and putting the principles of love and peace and skillful means into practice, okay? Thank you very, very much. I appreciate all of you. Also now, now I spend much more time with all our Sangha members than before, Before I was always like this, no? Always behind a computer and with a book, yeah? Okay, of course, it was Rinpoche's holy book, yes, working for him, I understand, which I'm still doing. But now I'm spending a lot more time with our Sangha and actually getting to know much better, actually, a lot of people. Actually, for me, is a very great experience, lovely experience, so I appreciate you all very much, yeah? So I'm sure, Juntos podemos, because so many people, as Babel said, yeah? Rinpoche left part of his light in each and every one of us, and it's true, yeah? Okay? So we're like the wisdom planetarium, yeah? Okay? Thousands of stars, yeah? The stars in the NgalSo sky, yeah? Okay? So when we should look at each other, we should see something beautiful. We should see a reflection of Rinpoche's pure mind, pure light, okay? And together we can. Okay, thank you all very much, and see you either in the Zoom group, yeah, or see you next Tuesday for continuation, maybe about mudras, maybe about what Geshe Tenda said about how fantastic NgalSo Tantric Self-Healing was. Okay, thank you all very much, yeah. Have a good evening. See you soon, yeah, okay. From Corona to Karuna. Okay, thank you.